Hey, come journal with me if you want to. So here's the thing. I used to do videos on here doing bullet journaling stuff because I used a bullet journal like 2 years ago a lot. It was really fun. And it got me feeling creative and blah, 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 blah. I don't really want to do that type of bullet journaling, but I do want to do journaling. And I did do some of this collage stuff with like quotes. And so I'm just going to do that for funsies. And here I am cutting a bunch of pictures. I'm not going to use these specifically, but I was like, I'll do it now, I guess, because I was like, I want to journal, and I was gonna wait. I have a paper cutter that would have been helpful, but I didn't want to, and also it's kind of relaxing, and I put them on the page weirdly to where it's hard to cut, anyways, so it's fine. It's whatever, and I keep the scraps because sometimes I use those, and anyways, so I talked about this on my journaling Instagram at journalingkt if you want to see it, if you want to head over there. But I'm gonna just do these collages when I want to of like things that I love. Like this one is a song that I love. And then I'm also gonna keep a favorites journal, which I don't know if it's a thing or if I just made it up. But it's not like a new concept. The whole journal is just gonna be monthly favorites, like mostly music and books and songs and just like whatever I'm loving that month, so that I can go back and look, because I just get obsessed with things, and then I like art stuff too. I'm gonna make a spread of watercolor because I've been loving that recently. I think it could also be a fun scrapbooking moment. I can't say that fast. I gotta just like take a moment. Just calm down, Katie. Calm down. Just use your words. But I think it'll be a fun scrapbooking moment if there's like a favorite day or just a moment in the month that I like. It could be whatever. It could be whatever. It could be a show, a movie. And I think it'll be fun to look back on. I already said that. We can move on from that. Here I am, still cutting pictures because it was a nice, relaxing time. And I'm also going to keep the audio of this. Hopefully there's nothing like no dogs barking in the background. If there are, whoops. Hey Scooby. But maybe I cut that out because I wanted to keep the audio. I have an ASMR moment. But I couldn't just do the ASMR because I have a big loud fan in the background, which also could be a nice white noise moment, but also whatever. And every clip isn't like good ASMR. Some of it is, but not all of it is. It's like silent. And what do you do in that moment? I don't know. So I like adding rambling. Rambling voiceovers is what I do. So we're gonna put it over everything. And now I'm organizing the pictures because I want to do this. I had a plan for a Pride and Prejudice themed one, and that's what I was doing. And I was like organizing, and there's more. There are more pictures so I get all these from Unsplash because they're free and you can like use them for whatever, and I don't feel bad taking people's photos that I find off the internet. And there's like so many, like there's like everything you've ever need. So when I'm bored and instead of scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours, which I still do, but sometimes I say, maybe I'll go on Unsplash. I go on the app and I just search for pictures and like save them to my little page for later and get ideas. And it's nice. I really like it. I like looking at pretty pictures. This journal is from Archer and Olive, and I loved the craft paper look, and it just like adds a whole feel to it, I feel like. Here comes the hard part. Okay, deciding what pictures to use, where to put them, what format are we doing. I tend to just go for like the same one I always do because I don't know. I have a Pinterest board of journaling ideas, so that helps a lot. But sometimes I don't look at them. And sometimes I just get overwhelmed and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm just going to start. I just start and then I figure it out. And that's kind of my favorite way. Even like I'm sitting there for a little while, but it's good for me, okay? It's like it's time to myself, and it's just purely for creativity and just to create and have fun. Like I'm not doing this for anything. I was filming it, but also the camera's just sitting there. I'm not doing anything. It's extra, really. So I see my handmade paper, okay? That was also a phase, which I want to get back to. It was really nice in the summer. That's when I started. I would just make paper outside, and it was a beautiful moment, and listen to music, and I was like, this is amazing. And then I painted on it, and then blah, 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 blah. But also I have all this extra because I'm kind of over it at the moment. I'll get back to it. So then I was like, oh my gosh, I can use it for journaling. Which I tried to write on it, but I don't love writing on it. Maybe that's just... Also, I made a bunch of them, the paper really thick because I wanted to paint on it, but then that makes it like you can't use it for this kind of stuff. But this was a thin one and it was perfect. It matched so well. So I decided to do that and then just do that little ripped up paper, kind of like somebody wrote the song. Like, it was like, oh, the song just came to me. Let me write the lyrics on this cute little paper. I think that'd be really nice, you know? I don't know. Maybe Zach Bryan did that. I don't know his life. Anyways, the song is Someday by Zach Bryan. And I was watching, again, I've been into music on YouTube and watching live performances, and I love it. And Zach Bryan has a lot of those. And he did one for the song Someday, which I've already heard, but then I heard it again, and he did this little, he like kind of explained the song at the beginning. I was like, I love that. And when I originally did this, it was like late December, and so I wanted to start the favorites journal in January because I wanted it to be monthly. So this is in my normal just collage journal that I had already started and forgot about, but I'm restarting. So the things that like are like from old or not from each month, but I remember. I mean, if I rediscover it, it will be in that month. But just like sometimes, whatever. If I just want to make a collage and I need a theme, then it'll go in here. So that's fun and cool and awesome. And when I search for pictures, sometimes I look at the album cover and like go off pictures from there. Sometimes I think of the theme of the song. Like this one, I wanted a bunch of landscape and outdoorsy looking things, and then just like things that kind of remind you of just like, you know, peace and today, and not because it's like you're always focused on someday, but someday's right here, okay? And you just go for it and you appreciate what you have, and then you do whatever. Exactly. It's a great explanation. You're welcome, Zach Bryan. And I have like a plan for pictures somewhat, but I like having extras because sometimes I don't know. And it's like I added that little apple one, and I think that's a nice touch. And then this one, those I wanted to use, but then I ran out of room, or I didn't like them because I needed to balance all the dark and light colors over there, okay? And then I have my handmade paper, which I had to glue because I tried to use the little tape thing and it ripped it off, and I was like, whoops. But sometimes I just play around with everything on the page until it works. Sometimes it doesn't, and I do it anyways. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Or sometimes I'm like, I should add something more, and then I don't because ultimately, who cares? Not me. I do a little bit, but after maybe a minute, I'm like, all right, this is cool as it is. Anyways, and then I liked this idea of having the torn up little paper on top of it. First of all, because I need something to write on, because I can't write on that paper. It doesn't work. And then maybe I don't have the right pen, but I also thought it fit the vibe, and it was like, oh, I have these lyrics in my head. Let me just jot them down on a piece of paper, and because I'm a songwriter and I'm cool. That's probably what he did. I mean, probably, because I don't know how it works, but shut up. I will also already confess that the lyrics are wrong. Yeah. This makes sense though because I was very focused on the words fitting on the page. And I'm sorry if things got blurred mentally and visually here. And I was just really trying to figure it out, and then I forgot 2 words. But I fixed it later. You'll see a picture of it because I didn't even video it with the right thing. Because I had already... Anyways, we can look past that. So it says, I will come to my senses, stop sitting on fences, and then I forgot in fear. Stop sitting on fences in fear. Sorry. It's okay. We can move on. I just ripped up a new paper and redid it. I also kept the pencil under it because I thought it went with the vibe. And that's super great. And I just kept going. And once I put it, so I glued that on to now I'm not gluing it, sorry. I'm adding some faux calligraphy to the lettering, because I always try to throw in some cursive and some lettering anywhere I can, alright? But I thought normal, whatever you call it, my normal writing, that's not my normal writing, but with the whatever words, letters, yep, capital letters. Moving on, shut up. But, so I just glued it on the paper. Couldn't figure out, I was like, should I? There was just so much dead space. And this is where we just play around with stuff. And we figure it out, like a little puzzle. That's what it is. That's all this is. It's like a little puzzle that you have to figure out creatively. And I think that's great for... Oh, okay. Anyways, it can get frustrating, but also, whatever. I like figuring it out, ultimately. So, again, I couldn't use my tape for that, so I brought out my trusty glue stick, and then I glued it on, and I just did it in the middle, which I did the whole thing off center in the first place because that kind of over there, I wanted it all towards the middle of the whole spread because I wanted it to just kind of whatever. So I glued that on, and then I figure I had glue on my hands, and I was like, okay, here's what I do. I add way too much washi tape everywhere, but I did like this because I liked the black washi tape with the black lettering, and it brought out some of the dark colors from the other page too. And then the white paper brought out the light paper over there, and then I added some watercolor because I also added that I just drew those leaves on the same notebook paper and put it over there. When in doubt, draw some leaves and glue it on. And same with watercolor. I liked the little swatches. And then I drew another flower that kind of matched the flower in that picture. And I cut it out. And I was like, where does this go? I don't know. And I tried it in a million different spots. And then I just put it right there. And here's a weird angle to show you. Because, I don't know. Yeah, we don't have to question it. We can just accept it. And then this like clear tape, I added so much of it that I was like, calm down. But no, I won't. I won't. I will add all the washi tape there is. And then I ended up just adding little pieces on that paper because I just needed something to fill that space. And I didn't want it to be... I like it. And I think it ties in the rest of the stuff and the paper and the paper on the other side. And then here are the pictures. There it is, fixed. See? See, Zach Bryan? It's right. The words are right this time. I didn't want to mess them up because I was like, I love the lyrics. This is the whole point of this, mostly. Okay, bye.